Well, we are just all working on a ton of projects today. One of them being my mom's awesome Hugelkultur garden. Is that what it is? A Hugelkultur garden? My mom's Hugelkultur garden. So we're going to take a look at that today and see what's up with that, how it works, and how it can be beneficial here on the homestead. We're coming out to look at the Hugelkultur garden. So what do we got?
Well, a Hugelkultur garden. Although, I'm going to be honest, I've never done it. I've only read about it. But it seems pretty straightforward. You put green stuff on the bottom. So I've got a lot of green, fresh cut limbs and branches and trunks on the bottom. Then you go to bigger dead stuff. So I've started just now to add the dead stuff on top. Bigger dead stuff. And then after the bigger dead stuff, I go to the smaller dead stuff. But by the time this is done, and you can see the outline down here, but by the time it's done, I've still got dead stuff to put on, and then I'll put mulch on, and then I'll put topsoil on, and it'll make a big mound. It'll slant down and make a big mound. And then I'll plant, and then I'll see what happens. And since I'm a first-time gardener and I've never planted anything short of annuals in the garden back in the suburbs, we're going to see what happens.
What's the benefit of doing these over just like a raised garden bed?
Well, the first benefit I can think of over the raised garden beds is cost. We did these raised garden beds really cheap because we bought secondhand tin and we used scrap lumber. So both the beds combined with hardware tin and lumber only have probably, I don't know, $75 invested in them. That being said, I have a lot of plants started inside and I have a lot of seeds that I want to try this year, and I just couldn't invest that much money in them. So this basically does the same thing as the raised beds without the tin on the sides or the structure. And the tins, you'll notice, are 3 foot tall. So I did, Hugelkultur in there too. I've got the dead stuff in there, and then I'll put some more topsoil on top.
And how long does it take for the whole garden bed to be completed?
Well, that depends on how fast I can drag stuff over here.
Yeah.
And they should last forever, I would assume, because as this decomposes and feeds my soil, I will add more mulch and compost. By then my compost pile should be good and going, and I'll just keep adding to them. But from what I've read, once I get it built up, it will, over the course of the year, drop a good foot as this stuff starts to decompose and go into the soil.
So you can, once the topsoil's on, you can start planting in that right away, and then all this stuff on the bottom decomposes and feeds it.
And feed, yeah. So I like it because it's raised, and because I have bad knees and a bad back. Once it's up and it's raised, I can plant in the sides and I can plant on top, and I won't be on my hands and knees gardening.
What do you call this?
Hugelkultur.
I thought you said you had a line in Kugel.
I don't have line in Kugel for you.
Hugelkultur, 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 Hugelkultur.
What happened?
I'm not touching that grass.
Oh.
There's too many ticks. Way too many ticks. They're everywhere. They're on every piece of dead wood I pick up, and I don't want them on me.
I mean, is that like dramatic or is that literal? Are there really that many ticks? Like, how many would you say you see in a day?
They're on every piece of wood I pick up. I see at least one tick. I know there's tons of them out there because the dog runs around and has ticks all over her. But yeah, it might be a little dramatic, but there's ticks. I mean, if I look here long enough, I'm going to find one, and I just don't want them on me.
it's all new to me too, so we're excited to get this going. And Mom's been doing this project pretty much all on her own, a little bit of help from the neighbors, and it's all new to us, and Mom's killing it. So we'll see what happens, and we'll keep filming as we see how this Hugelkultur garden comes together. I need a blooper reel of how many times I'm trying to pronounce this thing at the end. We'll keep filming the process as this We'll keep filming the process as the We'll keep filming the process as this Hugelkultur.
Hugelkultur, 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 Hugelkultur.